Hey guys, Devin Hazen here, team leader with Keller Williams Elevate in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, coming at you today with Mr. Jake Higginbotham. I'm so excited to speak with you and learn a little bit about you and your real estate goals and what you're looking to accomplish here in the mountains and help your clients with. But before we get into that, why don't you say hello to everybody, introduce yourself, and just tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Jake Higginbotham. Originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I grew up, a lot of hiking, rock climbing, all the stuff in the mountains. As I got older, got into industrial construction and residential construction, and I've always had my eye on real estate. Always wanted to be in real estate. Finally had the opportunity to quit my job and start a career in real estate here in Blue Ridge. So I've been here for about 5 years, and I've just been really blessed to kind of start new here.
Awesome. So you're from Chattanooga. So let me ask you this before we dive into everything else. What was your favorite part about growing up in Chattanooga?
Favorite part? It's a nice sized city, but it's still small. Traffic isn't insane, and there's lots of hiking, lots of mountains, rivers, lakes, similar to here.
I was going to say, it sounds like we're talking about right here. So is that kind of what drew you over here? How did you end up here?
Well, really, it was my wife, meeting my wife.
And what's her name?
Her name is Christy Kay.
Christy.
She's on city council currently in Blue Ridge.
Okay.
And so she's like 5th generation Blue Ridge.
Gotcha.
So
there was no choice. You were coming here.
I was coming.
Got it.
So I sold my house in Chattanooga and moved on up here, and I'm loving it.
Awesome. I haven't met anyone who's moved here that doesn't love it. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what does she do outside of council?
We have 2 stores downtown Blue Ridge. One is Blue Ridge Jerky. The other is Kalon Clothing, athletic and leisure wear.
Jerky and clothes.
Yeah.
Love it. Very good. Awesome. Well, let's chat a little bit about then the real estate world, because you said that you had an interest and grew up in residential and commercial building. Was that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is that kind of your forte in real estate right now? I mean, who you want to be helping and how you can help them?
Yeah, I'd say the most people I help currently and so far have been investors, builders, and that is what I really enjoy, is helping people kind of grow their wealth kind of move the ball forward in that way.
Love that. So if you're a first-time home buyer, Jake's not your guy. He can be, yet I think, your niche in this industry kind of falls back on your experiences growing up, in the fact that, you are very good when it comes to the numbers and like you said, creating wealth opportunities. And that is such a unique aspect for a real estate agent or a realtor, because a lot of agents get in the business because I love showing homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I never enjoyed showing homes, and it sounds like you really enjoyed the development side, the numbers aspect of it, the creation of wealth, which was the same for me. So I can relate, and I love that for you. And how do you, how do you go about helping those types of people? I mean, normally the people investing in commercial real estate and investing in residential real estate, they're pretty wealth savvy.
Mm-hmm.
So where does someone like yourself come in to help them grow that even further?
It would be kind of finding the right spot that you can market well, something that's going to hold its value. I've got great access to reports that can tell you where you need to buy, what's selling where, for how much, how long are things staying on the market in certain areas. So that's my main focus. And also, when a builder is buying a lot, the main concern is, can I build what I want to build and where I want to build it on this lot? And that's always kind of up in the air to a lot of people when they're buying a lot. Yeah. And some people don't even know that. You think, well, I bought this land, now I can do whatever I want.
Sure.
that's not the case.
Yeah, I think especially up here in the mountains, right? Because I came from Northeast Ohio where everything was flat unless you ran into the lake. So, 2 acres was a lot up in Ohio. However, 2 acres here, I mean, 1.8 of it can be straight downhill, right? Which either increases your cost dramatically to build, or you can't even do it.
Right.
So, I mean, that is a huge value asset from you to the builder or developer, whoever you're looking to add value to when it comes to building here in the mountains. I think if I were to summarize what you just said, it would be, you're the knowledge broker for your people.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, their job is to go out, build, develop, and grow their wealth through development in the community. Your job is to make sure that they're doing it effectively and efficiently. Love that.
Yeah.
So tell me about, maybe you don't have to name names, but tell me about maybe a client you're currently working with, something that they're looking for that is kind of out of the norm that your regular real estate agent wouldn't be able to handle as well as you could.
Well, right now, I've got people who are looking for things that just aren't available, or they might not be available yet. So you have to kind of go out and make it available almost. You have to find
How do you make it available?
You have to find people and convince them to sell, or you have to have the network enough to know what's coming before it hits the market.
Your network is your net worth, right? And when you're working with people who are looking to develop and grow communities and opportunities here, you're right. It might not be available on the market, yet everything's for sale, right? I mean, like every house, every property has a price tag. It just depends on whether or not that's going to be the right fit for your client or not. And I think, you mentioned it, and I think it's a powerful piece and value that you provide your clients is that you're willing to go find that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not every agent is, right? And for those of you watching, I mean, just so you know how impressive that is that most agents have what's called the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, which you do as well. And that's where they set up searches for their clients and the people looking to buy homes and property and all of that. What the average agent doesn't do is actively look for property that makes sense for their client that isn't on the multiple listing service. And that's what you're saying you do.
That's what I try and do, yeah.
It can be a challenge sometimes.
It can be, yeah. I mean, just finding the property owner can be a difficult thing sometimes.
It can be, especially up here where records aren't as great as like the city. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which also creates problems when you're going to convey the property. You have to really watch your clients back, make sure they're getting the lot that is for sale. They're not getting one parcel instead of both parcels.
So what you're saying is real estate's not as cut and dry as what the news is telling people.
Right, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hire a professional, right? You wouldn't hire a random person off the street to do your taxes, right? I mean, it's the same in real estate. Make sure you interview and find a great agent like Jake to make sure that your interests are protected. So with that being said, Jake, I mean, tell me about your goals in real estate. I mean, what's your mission being here in real estate?
My favorite thing about real estate is the relationships, and so my goal is to just work with awesome people, really.
Awesome people and help grow their wealth.
Yeah,
and
continue to work with them.
So what does that look like down the road? I mean, like, for you, because the more you get to help individuals build their wealth, I mean, down the road, if we just help enough other people get what they want, we ultimately get what we want, right? Yeah. So what does success look like to you?
Success? That's a tough one.
It is, especially for someone like yourself. I mean, you said relationships.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe you're a relational person.
Right, yeah. Less transactional. Yeah. I love helping people buy their first home or, whatever home they're on. I love doing that. And that's a great thing to be able to do, but it is also, I find it very rewarding to be able to continue with the same people to help them find properties over and over and then sell the properties, and we can help each other to kind of grow in that way.
So it's interesting too, I just read a stat recently that 77% of buyers will work with their agent again, is what they say. But only 7% actually do. And the reason for that is because after a sale, I'm just going to be honest, realtors stink at staying in communication, staying in relationship.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that you want to be that person who basically you become their realtor for life, and you communicate, be in relationship with them, and are constantly working to help them grow their wealth.
Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody do that?
Well, it's just not the angle some people take. They're more transactional. They're more marketing, less prospecting, less relational.
Less being relational.
More quantity over quality.
So how does that benefit your clients to work with you, someone who wants to be in a relationship with them?
Well, if you've got somebody who you've got a relationship with, they're going to have your best interests in mind.
Sure.
Somebody who's just trying to get as many closings as possible, and it doesn't matter who they're with, they're not going to care if you end up getting screwed over. They're just going to care about the check that comes at closing. So.
That's an unfortunate truth. I work with a lot of agents, and I get the privilege of working with great agents like Jake as well, and people who love to be in a relationship with their clients. And I will tell you, if you are interviewing agents, find one that wants to be your agent for life. Don't find one that's just going to sell you and move on, because at the end of the day, and you can tell me if I'm lying, you can tell everybody if I'm lying, but I tell you all the time, we are not in sales, right? We are in a people business. We are in relationship business. And when we do that correctly, that way, we gain trust.
Absolutely.
And when we gain trust, business comes naturally, which allows us to just be genuine and authentic. So with that, kind of being said and all this, and we understand, how you like to do business. And one thing I truly love, and I just want to point it out, is when I asked him what his definition of success was, he didn't answer in an amount of units or sales or dollars. He came back to relationship, right? And I think when we focus on relationship as realtors and agents, they win.
Right.
So have you ever seen, the billboards going down the street? The number one realtor, right? Like, I'm the best, I'm number one. Who cares?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's about them.
Right.
It's not about us.
Yeah.
It's about them. And when their experience is so good, you win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what I'm hearing from you, is that your standard of success is that they win.
I would agree, yeah.
Love that. So 2 more questions, if it's okay with you.
All right.
You're here at Keller Williams. What do you enjoy about being with the company, Keller Williams? What has it done for you, and how do you feel that it's supporting you moving forward with your goals?
Number one, I think, would be culture. The culture is just amazing, all the way around, all the way to the top.
So dig into that a little bit for me. Culture. What does that truly mean, and how does it impact you on a daily?
It directly impacts morale and also just motivation. It impacts everything. It's more specifically, the culture here it's a positive one. It's everybody. Let's see everybody grow. Not if you're doing well, then I can't do as well. It's not about that. It's we can all do this together. We can all
I love that.
be successful.
I heard a quote recently. It was, "Why do you have to lose for me to win?"
Right.
Right. And
that was what I said, put perfectly, and however many words that was.
I love that so much, because our first belief in our value system is win-win or no deal. Right? So if we look for the win-win for everybody, I think culture is just natural byproduct of success. Right? And when you have success and you're in a culture of win-win together, culture happens, and you can feel it. And I have goosebumps sitting here talking about culture, right? And it's incredible that you just said that, because I think at the end of the day, we all can be in business anywhere we choose.
Right.
At the end of the day, I think it all comes down to, do we feel like we're moving towards purpose, or are we just doing a job? And I think it's so much easier to move towards purpose when you are surrounded by people who are in purpose.
Right.
Love that. Okay. So how do you feel that that supports you in your career moving forward? How do you feel that KW and their culture helps you build and create relationships?
Oh man.
We did not rehearse this at all, as you can tell. This is authentic Jake.
That's right. I mean, it's, let's say you're a newer agent. You come in here and the people are so excited when you succeed. And so you're not afraid to ask somebody to help you because you know they want to help you. And they'll take the time to help you, and they'll be happy to do it. And that's huge, that alone.
That is huge. And I normally have like a little one sentence to kind of sum everything up. I don't there because that is so powerful. And I felt the same way when I first got into real estate sales. I mean, I never knew who Keller Williams was. I met them at a career night and had no idea who KW was, and got to learn who they were and understand who they were, ultimately joined the company. And you're absolutely right. What's really cool about KW's environment is you'll never find someone doing more than you not willing to share.
Right.
And I think we all truly prescribe to the feeling of, when you can only see people at the level that you're at.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're at this level of success and someone comes and asks you a question, you feel honored to be asked.
Yeah.
And we get to grow into those conversations and help people succeed along the way because we truly believe that when you create more leaders, the industry gets better. Mm-hmm. That's why I always joke that I just wish everyone would come to KW to get trained and then go do whatever the heck you want. Like if it's not a great fit, whatever. But at least come here to get trained because the industry would be so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
It really would.
I agree.
And what people find out is that when they do come here to get trained and they get immersed in the culture, is that there is no place like home.
Yeah.
If I could just follow in the Wizard of Oz real quick, there's no place like home.
Yeah.
And I love that you said that. And I love, everything about this company and there's downfalls to everything. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, there is no place like home.
Yeah.
Love that. What would you share with these guys as kind of like advice as an agent to a client or an agent to an agent? One piece of advice that you could give anybody watching this on, how to succeed in today's market, or how to succeed as an agent, or how to succeed as buying or selling a home?
Well, I think you said it earlier, and that is you want to make sure your agent is a good one, that he's got your best interests in mind and not his own. Because if he cares, then he or she cares, then they'll do anything they can to make sure you're set up to succeed. And when it comes to their commission, they're not going to do whatever they have to do to get the deal to go through. They're going to do whatever they have to do to make sure you're where you need to be.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. Interview your people, right? Ask great questions. Get to know the agents that you're talking to, because at the end of the day, it doesn't take much to stand out in this industry, right? Like some of your top agents that say they're number one and this and that, I mean, they sold 20 homes. So, I mean, I say at the end of the day. However, when we really think about it, you're not getting into business with a company, right? It's not KW, it's not Century 21, it's not Remax, it's the agent that you're choosing to be in business with, in relationship with.
Right.
So make sure that you can have a great relationship. Make sure it starts with trust, because when you build trust, we can have honesty. And when we have honesty, we move forward faster, and we're not afraid to have the conversations to make sure that you're getting exactly what you need. Because that is the true testament to a great realtor, is the fact that they're willing to tell you the truth even when it hurts.
Yeah. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it comes down to, you mentioned the word commissions. I mean, trust starts with honesty, right? And honesty is built on value. And when we talk about the value that somebody can provide a client, make sure that they're giving you what matches what you're looking for. Why would you hire a commercial realtor to buy your first home?
Right.
Why would you hire a farm and range specialist if you're buying in the city? Right? It's the same thing. Make sure that the value matches the relationship that you're looking to build.
Right.
Any final thoughts?
No, I think I'm good.
Awesome. Well, tell them how they can get to know you better. What's the best way to get in contact with you?
My phone is always available. My number is 423-645-0176. Email Jake Higg, that's JAKEHIGG @kw.com. Stop by our office off 515 across from Mason Tractor. That's pretty much it.
Good stuff. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Guys, have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time. See ya.
See you guys.